Aloha, Kaleo here. How are you? Oh, I hope this light here today is okay. It's looking a little weird, but I guess it's all right. How are you all today? Just wanted to check in and just a little talk story. You know, in Hawaii, we just get together and the way they share, they teach, they just hang out, they talk story together. So that's what I was just going to come on and do a little talk story, just like I did yesterday. And I wanted to talk a little bit about some of you maybe have been seeing that I've been putting up and talking about these women's circles that I'm now offering, the Sacred Sisterhood Circle. What is that? I was talking about them in the fall, and I was talking about it yesterday, and I've been putting some emails out and how offering this circle this coming Monday to celebrate the new moon, and I actually made a mistake. I said it was the blue moon, but it's not. Being the second new moon of the month. That's the full moon. Got another name for the new moon, which I'm not going to go into at this point. It doesn't really matter. But it's still, because it's the second moon, the moon is in that phase, it's still powerful. But more important, what I wanted to talk about today was, what are these circles? What are women's circles? If you're not familiar with that, we have women's gatherings, which is a gathering, but we're still sitting in a circle together and sharing something that we have in common, and there's always been women's circles, even now. I mean, women come together they have a quilting circle, they have a sewing circle, they come together and play cards together. That's a circle. They might come together and bake together. Anything that brings us together is a gathering, but then sometimes we do sit in circle as we're sharing whatever we have in common. And that's a circle. In this case, I'm calling it a sacred circle because we're bringing in more of the opportunity for women to really share and be together to support each other. With whatever's going on. As I've said before, we're living at a time where a lot of women feel like they don't have a voice. Their voice has been made to be silent. So it's just creating an opportunity where women can sit together and support each other to help each of us to find our voices, to just speak whatever's going on for us. It doesn't have to be anything major, just whatever's going on. If you're comfortable to maybe share with something maybe you're having a little bit of a struggle with and just would like to know you've got somebody that sort of understands where you're coming from, or you have something wonderful that just happened in your life and you want to share it, like me getting my new car 2 weeks ago. So it's for whatever it needs to be to help women to know that we're not alone and we are in community. And as I said yesterday in the video I did, it was about being an ohana. And I wanted to share a little bit more about my experience, of why I'm doing these and what my experience was and how I got introduced to them. It was a long time ago, but I was part of a group, it was a healing circle. We came together and the woman that was leading it was sharing different ways of healing. That's where I got introduced to the acupressure work that I did for a long time. They introduced acupressure, which is the finger pressure. It's like acupuncture, but without the needles. And I really resonated with it. I was introduced to that there. In that same group, that same circle, I was introduced to the healing aspects of crystals and connected then to a teacher who helped me to learn about working with crystals. We did sound, connecting to the power of your voice, the power of sound. And when you bring sound together and just singing, just making sounds together, the power of that and how that helps to bring you back into your body, into your being, grounds you. So we were doing all kinds of things, exploring. She was introducing all these different ways that you can be healing the body, mind, spirit, as we were sitting together in these circles. And then a number of years later, I connected, actually it was with a woman, the teacher that introduced me to the crystals. I apprenticed to her. She was a Native American woman. And I apprenticed to her, and for about 14 years, I wanted to learn these old ways. But the main thing that a lot of what she was teaching was a woman's practice of helping women to connect to their divine feminine. I don't know if you're familiar with that term. Some people are, some women are, some aren't. Divine feminine is just connecting to your own inner wisdom, to who you are, to that divine within you, that uniqueness within you, sometimes what I call the greatness within you, and that most of us have been maybe been cut off from. And so with this group, as I was working with her, we would come together and sit in circle and share our stories, share whatever was important. And then we would come together in circle in ceremony, where we would be out at a fire. We create a sacred fire, and the body of it was singing. We called it a chant. You could say a song, where it was bringing in that aspect, helping us to connect to that divine feminine within us. So it was a very personal experience, but we were standing in this circle together. So we were all facing in, seeing each other. You know, and the beauty of being in a circle, in any kind of circle, when you're in circle together, there's no beginning and there's no end. So a circle is really about love. In the Hawaiian, it's like a lei is said to be, it embodies aloha, it embodies love. Because in love, there's no beginning and no end. So when you make a lei, you string all the flowers, then you tie the strings together, and you have this circle. And it's complete and holds that energy of whatever you have brought into it. And so when we come together in circle with women, we are bringing our energies as women together. And especially then if you're bringing in a spiritual aspect or this divine feminine, yes, you are there supporting each other to really stand fully in who each of us is as a woman, empowered. And so we would then come together and sit together and talk and share, and then we would come together in these ceremonies and working with this song, this chant, to help to activate the uniqueness within each of us as who we were. And then we come out of the ceremony, and then we sit in circle together around a table and have tea and share little goodies and whatever, and talk about our experiences. So circle for me has always been very, very important. And I worked with that tradition for 14 years, and I still do the ceremonies. I haven't been doing them as much recently, but I'm going to be starting to do the ceremonies more in 2025. And especially I bring some of that aspect into it when I am also doing these Sacred Sisterhood circles, like this one, if we're doing it as on the 30th with the new moon. So we will all be sharing and talking about what our vision is for 2025, what we each want to create. And then, even though it's virtual, and so we're all going to be in our little boxes, which is fine, but we're still going to be there in the energy, and that's what I'm doing as the facilitators. I'm bringing and holding the energy. And then we will be doing actually a modified version of this ceremony that I spoke about, where we will be singing this song, activating this energy, embracing who we are, while we're also together, even in our own little boxes. And so we're envisioning, we're visualizing that we are in a circle. I hope this is all making sense. But anyway, just saying how, it's important for us as women to come together. And so it's not any mystery thing. It's just women coming together and sharing our energies together, showing and expressing our love for each other through our support, through listening, through letting each woman know she's being seen, she's being heard, she's being accepted for just who she is and however she is, just like me. I've never really talked about all this in a video before, so I'm like, whoa, is this making sense? I had no real plan when I came out of what I was going to say, so I'm feeling a little vulnerable sharing all of this here with you right now about this. But that's just what it's about. It's about sharing from your heart. It's just sharing from your heart, whatever it is you want to say, whatever it is that's important to you in that moment, and letting that divine within you, the heart within you, the love within you for yourself and for all of us together to come out and be expressed. And And then when we leave and we each go out to our lives, we know that we're not really alone, that there are other women who we have shared with, who have seen us, who, again, accept us, and that are there to support us. And so we're not really alone anymore, no matter what's going on in our lives. So I hope that's made sense. Oh my goodness, I have no idea if that's made sense. Anybody want to put comments in here letting me know if that actually made sense to you, about ceremony, and that I hope it didn't sound too mysterious, because it's not. It's just about us being together, coming together and sharing and honoring the divine within us, the uniqueness of each of us, our inner brilliance, the beauty of who we are, the embodiment of the empowered woman within us, and helping us to remember who we are by having others mirror that back to us. So anyway, so we're doing that on Monday night, the 30th, from 7 to 9. And if this resonates with you, I would love to have you join us. We still have spots available. The investment is an investment in yourself. Take the time. It's $30. And so I'd love to have you there. And you can find out more on my website, which is theheartofaloha.com. Actually, then /sacred-gatherings. I hope that makes sense. And I hope you're having a fabulous day. And talk again soon. Take care.